are we are live. It says we are live on my screen. We are alive. The hills are alive, and it's very frightening. I'm the Mancow, and I am just back from a whirlwind journey through Memphis, through Nashville, through New Orleans. I was in New Orleans for 10 days. Commander's Palace is still the greatest restaurant in the world. I've been to all the Michelin-starred restaurants, most of the 3-starred ones anyway, and I was at the Birthright Conference this weekend, which very controversial. I hope it's not heretical, but everything is, I guess. And we can talk about all kinds of, everything on the internet, but not God. And you can't ask questions. Well, my God gave me a mind that can ask questions and come up with wild theories. And this book, I just love it. And I love Timothy Alberino, who wrote it, who's a modern-day Indiana Jones, who went and found some of the giant's bones. We talked about that pre-flood, Nephilim. And we also had on some experts. I mean, this was thousands of people. This was an incredible weekend I just had. And booked it forgetting Mother's Day because it doesn't say it on my calendar. You know, I wonder if my calendar even says Christmas or Easter. Remember, we used to go on Christmas break or Easter break, and now it's winter holiday or what do they call it? Not spring break. Yeah, spring break is Easter. It's gone. But anyway, this is people that don't think something's going on involving UFOs are conspiracy theorists at this point. The government has said, yes, there are things that we've seen. A friend of mine, Howard Seedorf, who flies out, does he fly out of Milwaukee? He's seen things. If you know a pilot, talk to a pilot, they'll tell you, yeah, we're seeing more and more of them. We don't know what they are. Our government believes they're off-world. In other words, not of this world. Are they interdimensional? We don't know. And just some fascinating things happened. I had Robert Fleischman with me, who wrote Wheel in the Sky for Journey and a lot of their hits. He was the template. He set up what Journey became. Now, to me, Journey was chubby girl music. Cool people did not listen to Journey, man. I was listening to XTC. I was listening to REM early on. Met him a couple of times, by the way. Michael Stipe, what a prick. No surprise there. What else? Soft Cell and Orchestra Maneuvers in the Dark. And I was not listening to Journey. And go back and look at those videos, those Journey videos, and you tell me who those are for. Chubby girls. Look, there's nothing against chubby girls. Okay? I love a good plate of fudge. I'm kind of looking like a chubby girl now. I've got when you go to New Orleans for 10 days, it happens, folks. It happens. I'm just this shirt. I love this shirt, and we're going to be talking with Marty Croft from Sid and Marty. That's HR Puffin stuff. I got a chance to hang out with him. He's a modern day Walt Disney. This is a rare Puffin stuff statue. What's happening here is glorious sunlight is coming into Muller Manor. And this time of day, we haven't had sunlight in so long, I forgot it. And this is signed next week. Next week, I want to tell you, we're going to have the governor on. And it's not Pritzker. We are going to have the next governor of Illinois on. And some of you may say, Mancow, are you talking about you? Wait and see. A man contacted me earlier and said that his girlfriend went to be with God and cancer. And my prayers go with him. It's pretty much the most horrific word on earth to me, that C word. I've lost a lot of people to it. Some doctors were saying that at this conference I was at, the Birthright Conference, that 1 in 2 men will get cancer. I've lost a lot of people to it. That's terrifying. They said by 2045, the sperm count on the planet Earth will be 0. I'm sure there'll be some frozen sperm, but we are losing our ability to reproduce. The human genome is breaking down, and we are a lesser man than what Adam was in the Garden of Eden. We have, generation after generation, gotten less. We have become less. We are living longer because of medication and other devices that we have. Medication masks the problem but doesn't cure it. And so we're living longer, but are we living better lives? Would you say the 70-year-old man today is better than the 50-year-old man of the 40s? Have you looked at a school book from 10 years ago, 20 years ago? We are being dumbed down. I also think they're inviting lots of people with limited IQ. They're rewarded if there's more. Although the people that I saw at Bohemian Grove and other places, the Council of Foreign Relations, et cetera, what you need to know is all these people, you can make you can spend hours on it every day. I could. Alex Jones does. David Icke does. Hodges does. Ted Broer, all these shows, all these people I know, and we can talk about it for hours. But it comes down to this, and this is really what I believe. And I would put Bill Gates in there, I would put Fauci in there, and that is that you are a useless eater and cancer. You are a cancer on the planet, and because we are breaking down, they are desperately working towards transhumanism. Mancow, what is transhumanism? Any good comments put up there, sweetheart, please? I'd love to see what people are saying. But I saw a device. I held a device. It was the size of a quarter, and it's a prototype, a mock-up, and it will go on the back of the skull, and it has hundreds or thousands of little hair-like wires that will attach to your brain, and you'll have your iPhone in your head, and you will be able to download anything by thinking about it. I don't know how it'll be triggered. You'll be able to put this. This is what Elon Musk is working on. And you'll be able to put this in your skull, and you'll be able to fly a plane. You'll be able to fly a jet. You'll be able to do anything, and you're going to have the knowledge of the universe. And I have a close family member who, a brother who believed and believes that it will make him some sort of a god, that he will live forever through transhumanism. And I find it evil and creepy. And he is one that quotes the Bible the loudest and does very little that's of Christ. And the prodigal son will return. I was handed a card as I walked through Nashville from a girl named Joanna. I think her husband is in the band POD, and I played a lot of their songs. Surely gladness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life, and you will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. What a wonderful thing to give someone. Just outside Marion, Illinois, probably, actually 20 minutes past Marion, Illinois, heading from Nashville to try to get here in time to do this show. I stopped with Robert Fleischman, the architect of the band Journey, Hall of Fame member, got a star on the Walk of Fame, wrote a lot of hit songs and a lot of hit songs for Gene Simmons as well. And we stopped at a Cracker Barrel, and there were some veterans there. I said, hey, you really serve? 14 years proudly. And I bought everybody breakfast. I don't know about the whole restaurant, but I bought a lot of people breakfast today. And some of these bills at Cracker Barrel were $14. I don't think you can buy French fries at my restaurant in Chicago for $14 after the taxes of the city. And I sat there and I cried my eyes out. Those guys are American heroes. And I think I'm a hero. And I think you're a hero. No human being has gone against what we've gone against. I mean, they've had different challenges. Do you love that my body, it's my body, leave me alone. After 2 years of get it or lose your job, where's your papers? These bastards, after 2 years of my body, now, that's what they're giving us again? Have you seen the fake bloody babies being born and all this? I want to tell you something. This is a treat at the Mueller house. White trash and proud of it. Suicide Falls, Missouri. It's not going to work. It's too light in here. I love that. I love the light though. But this is, it's a pickle. And you wrap it with cream cheese and you put Crackus, the cheap ham from Kmart. Man, I'll tell you where I'm from. You don't get to live in Wilmette. You don't get to go speak in Nashville. Man, I come from nothing, but this is gourmet, man. That is gourmet. I wish you could see how beautiful that is. This is sushi in Suicide Falls, Missouri. I sat there in the Cracker Barrel, and I just cried my eyes out at what we've got. Just me and my buddy, he was crying at the blessings we have, how good things really are. We serve a great God, and look, I've read the end of the book, and you have too. So don't be downhearted. Remember that we win. Good wins and God wins. And, in China, if you're smart, you get rewarded. And I've been doing some things on my Instagram, and I talk to everybody on Instagram, and I've sent out hundreds of gifts. I love giving gifts. I love giving to people. And I'll tell you why. It may be ulterior, because I get back so much. The more you give, it's the rule of God. It's the rule of the universe. And you want to be stingy? You want to have alligator arms? Who wants to buy? I want to buy. I went to Robert Fleischman's art show in Hinsdale at Acquisitions Gallery. They have a Picasso in there I want to buy. But anyway, he had his art up, and it's just great stuff. That's a Warhol. But, sushi. Jim Fannin was there, the great tennis coach and life coach. And, he was fighting with me. I want to buy. I want to buy. And I don't have any friends with alligator arms, T-Rex arms. They can't reach their wallet. That friend that goes to the bathroom when the bill comes. You ever have that? You ever have that where you're thinking, God, I've bought this deadbeat the last 10 meals. He's never offered. Do you know I have a friend? I don't want to. I'll just give his initials, DG. Do you know that he's been in this house, good friend of mine, hundreds of times, and never invited me to his house? Brand new house, and has not invited me. I don't know. You start thinking, Muller Manor is paradise. But, you wonder. Maybe it's time to, I'm not talking about that. He's my brother, but one of my brothers. But, maybe it's time to dust some of these people. Man, I have people fight me to pay. That's what my friends do. What an honor to be able to sit with Dr. Ronnie, Michael Webdell, Robert Fleischman. These are my buddies, but these are winners, man. These are world changers. I was with the head of Curves, the guy that created Curves, and I lived on Armitage Avenue in Chicago, and Curves. And by the way, people say to me, "You're lying. Curves never had windows." This Curves for a time had windows. And I used to, you may remember this. I think it was on our TV show. I would stand there and eat a sandwich. I thought it was hilarious. Right in front of the window. Then they did frost the windows. Maybe that was the plan all along, but I'm telling you, originally the Curves in Chicago. Curves was the fastest growing franchise. The guy said he was making like $1 million a minute at one point. Imagine that. I decided to go do radio. Oh, by the way, the show, it ended. Everything's fine. I love everybody. No problem, but that show's gone. And WLS is in the shitter. I think that's the phrase. I heard a show called Raleigh James on WGN. It may be the oddest thing I've ever heard on radio. She literally talks about nothing and has tons of time to do it. And it's wonderful. And you think, well, where are old white people? And I don't mean this in any way. I don't mean this in any way to be a negative. I mean this as a positive. My old mom would sit and listen to Art Bell. Where are old people? Who do they talk to? Who do they have? What in entertainment? What on TV now would work for somebody who was brought up on Leave It to Beaver? What show on Netflix would you direct them to? Which show with the mixed couple and the transsexuals and this and that? I'm just saying, of that era, who would you direct them to? What do they have? Everything's been taken from them. Every show they put on, they're told they're horrible. The Greatest Generation and younger, they're horrible. They're the problem. The Democratic Party hates them. They've seen their savings decimated by Biden. I've seen my savings decimated by Biden. Maybe I will have to do radio again, and I don't want to. Raleigh, yeah, hello, dear. Raleigh, how do I open a can of Diet Dr. Pepper? Now, does it have a little tab on the top? I think you just lift that tab. Well, Raleigh, I just did it. It works. Well, there you go, darling. Anything else? I mean, they talk about nothing. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Raleigh, do you know if they have a Circle K in Tulsa? Well, I got a assistant here. Robert, would you see if they have a Circle K? And I'm not even kidding. This is entertainment. God, and to think I used to work on my show. Oh, I was going to say in China, if you're smart and you're on the internet, you get rewarded. Can you put up some of these? I want to see these people. Fid Cuckers. The left is Fid Cuckers. Me TV. Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy Antenna TV too. TCM movie channel. I love TCM. There you go. No, that's a great answer. TCM. But then you have the bald one that comes on and tells you why it's horrible. And it was horrible then. It was horrible then. I love they say that. This is horrible. You should not be watching this. It was horrible then. And here it is. It wasn't horrible then. They didn't think it was horrible then, or they wouldn't have done it. How stupid can you be? Oh, she's the greatest. She's probably the smart, and they keep trying to pimp it and promote it. She's probably the smartest person here. Oh God, she knows about movies. Now, this is by evil white Westerners. Fritz Lang, who fled Nazi Germany, Jewish, but still probably a bastard. Anyway, here's his masterpiece, and it's horrible. Here it is. Get her off. TCM. I love TCM. I want to do a show where I recommend about 10 movies on TCM. Sound like Raleigh. I'm sounding like Raleigh James now. Talks about nothing. Do you know the Hodges podcast? I was hanging out with this guy. Looks a little like Chris Farley as a motivational speaker, a handsome version. And he's been very nice to me. Next week, the governor. Okay. So they are rewarded on the internet. The stuff that's going on with me, the amount of censorship, the shadow banning, Timothy Alberino, and the third guy in charge at Yelp and others have told me they've never seen anything like it. And will Musk help me? I don't know. And you think he's the hero, but then, the microlink and all of this, and he's working on AI all the time, denouncing it. And the Chinese have a phrase, big win, little talk. So if you're Elon Musk, you act like, AI is very scary. Well, you're doing it. Just like, Bill Gates. I'm all about freedom, as he's building censorship into everything for all the communist countries. Peru is about to go, or it's already gone. I don't know if you're paying attention, but we're losing every country to communism. You won't like communism, and that's what people like Biden have in store for you, and you're not going to like it. Talked to a beautiful woman who has, I think, 7,000 acres, she said, a farmer in Illinois. Her fertilizer last year, fertilizer last year was $200,000, and it's going to be millions this year. This is the change. So we are being dumbed down. The stupider are being encouraged to have as many children as possible, useful idiots that will keep voting. The borders are open so that, the people that don't want to work can get, and look, I think a lot of people that come over from Mexico, let me say this clearly, are God-loving, hardworking people. I mean, we could use some more of those. We could use some more of those in Chicago. So I'm not talking about that. But they don't care about that. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. I should have never given my kids one of these. I should have never given it. And I bet your wife or you thought the same thing. It was a horrible battle, folks. Horrible. Oh, God. Here's a box of spiders, kids. Here. Here's where every woman is filtered and looks like nothing like a human being. Here you go. Here you go, little child. And I love my wife madly. We're madly in love. I hate this thing. I hate it. And, now they're suggesting schools where my kids will go away. My beautiful daughters will leave and hate their skin color, hate their country, hate their God, hate their family, and I get to pay for it. And if I don't, I'm the bad guy. Imagine. And I begged, please, no. They'd read books. They would draw. They would paint. They would pretend. And then this came into our lives, the dark mirror, the devil, Pandora's box. And you see all these fed boys. They dress like little boys. They're not men. Where's your muzzle? It used to be this, now that group. And I'm talking about me. I'm talking about white guys. I'm talking about me, my people. This is what we. Do you see the good-looking girl over there? Do you sit at tables? Go on Yelp. I didn't like they didn't give me enough horsey sauce. My life is over. So China rewards smart. We reward stupid. Your children look like they're epileptic, like they're having a seizure. Have you seen the stupid dances? And have you seen the app where it gives people monkey faces? Have you seen this? And I'm not going to say who's doing it, But if I did it, oh my God, I'd be dead. Guess which group is doing it? And they love it. And I can't even talk about it. But there's an app where you can turn yourself into a monkey. There's an app where you can turn yourself into a minion. There's an app where you can turn yourself into something from Star Wars, from one of the newer movies that sucked, but something with tentacles coming off your face. I bet Amber Heard's had a lot of tentacles on her chin. Have you seen the deal where the girls lift and then they turn around and they take their ass cheeks and they kind of lift them and spread them? You're feminist. Don't touch me. Don't objectify me. Use my right pronoun. Here's my ass. And then they spread it and stand there. Or have you seen this? Have you seen the knees? Have you seen where they get on their knees and open their mouth and stick their tongue out and sometimes let spit drip out? Huh? Oh, yeah, respect me. The stupidest, moronic shit. Respect. You got to respect me. Silence is violence. Speak up. You got to respect me. I don't respect you, idiot. Sorry. It isn't funny. You're not cute. Go get a job. Huh. Knees open, mouth open. Yeah, I'm with Amber. I bet you are. Have you seen the videos of people messing with sharks where they put their hands against their nose? I guess they don't post the hundreds where the people do this and they lose their arm. So, had a horrible nightmare. As we were talking about a lot of godly stuff at this deal and debating it. And I don't agree with a lot of it. And probably a lot of it is, I don't know, a lot of it's crazy talk, but that's fun. And I'm strong enough in my faith I can talk about it. And people get upset at Joel Osteen. Joel is not for me. Joel is not for me. Joel is not for many of you. And people get so angry at Joel Osteen. Joel, he's pablum. He's baby food. I send his stuff to my atheist friends and my Jewish friends and my Muslim friends, and it's baby formula. It's baby food. It's not meant for you. Stop your hate. Stop your hate. He isn't for you. If you're mature in your faith, Greg Locke in Nashville, Tennessee. I may move to Nashville just so I can go to his church. He called up all the single mothers and he gave everyone $1,000. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. I saw this yesterday. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. He said, we don't have a widow in our church that pays a cent in rent. We don't have a widow in our church that has a mortgage. Do you know how much money we have in the bank? Zero. You know how we're going to pay all these women right now? You're going to get up and give money to them. And I did. We don't care about buildings. Now, you've heard me talk about the exorcisms I was part of. The casting out of demons. There is a supernatural. And by the way, I don't care if you believe. I'm not an evangelist. I know that hell is real and I don't want to go there, and I am afraid of it. And I ask for forgiveness every night. Hell's real. You don't want to go there. I don't care if you believe. And by the way, I want to do something great. I think I have, by the way. And I'm still paying for it, but I think I'm going to be restored. I prayed for years. Let me do something good for the kingdom. And I did it. I exposed a great evil. And many of you know what I'm talking about. And, people are saying you'll get double for your trouble. And I'm winning, man. I am winning. I'm telling you about victory. I'm telling you about good things are happening. And we do win. All of us win. So our kids are doing epileptic seizures, and the Chinese kids with all of the same equipment are being rewarded for being smart. So as I'm being shadow banned, and please, I ask you to share this, and all the people around me constantly say, Mancow, you got to tell them to share it. You got to tell them to like it. You got to tell them to do all that happy horse shit. And I'm doing it. Fine. Okay. Do it. Do whatever you got to do. Help me out, please. But I'm telling you, a Chris Farley video, I have video that nobody has, and I posted, and 25 people see it. I mean, it is real. I had a picture of an old man with his arm around a kid. No nudity. Nothing. I said, who does this look like? It looked like Joe Biden. Independent fact checkers say that this is child porn, and Joe Biden is not a pedophile. It wasn't child porn. I didn't say it was Joe Biden. It was an old man with his arm around a little kid. There was no nudity. I never said Joe Biden was a pedophile. I didn't post kiddie porn. I mean, I appealed it. I will see what happens. But it's what they're saying is, I said, listen, and I want to say this: abortion is a MacGuffin. It's a MacGuffin. It's the suitcase in Pulp Fiction. It's the Ark of the Covenant in Indiana Jones. It's a MacGuffin. If you don't know what a MacGuffin is, it's a plot device. This is a plot device to move communism forward. And I want to tell you, and you heard me talk about it, and those of you that are in the Mancow Militia of Love, I'm telling you, he's right. I remember him doing this. You're going to remember. During OJ, we lost so many freedoms. During 9/11, they had everything written up. We lost so many freedoms. During COVID, we lost so many freedoms. And now, we're worrying about abortion. And do any of you, is there anyone on earth that thinks if you don't want a baby, you're not going to get rid of it? Is there anyone that think? I mean, come on. Oh, get your hangers out. Oh, I mean, it's just they're so disgusting, repulsive, and evil. And look, you're going to be able to, if you don't want your baby, you're going to be able to drive to the next state. If your state doesn't have it, you'll have to drive for a half hour. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's a MacGuffin. I'm going to give you a secret. I'm going to give you a secret of radio. Okay. This is, I went to, man, I had a milkshake with bourbon. A couple of them yesterday. Maybe you hear the bourbon in my voice. I said bourbon, honey, by the way, not whiskey. Anyway, I love my wife. I'm kidding. Old Dominic Distillery. You go see my boy Ben in there. He'll take care of you. Tell him you're a Mancow fan. I bet he'll buy you free. I bet everything will be free. Anyway, right there in the heart of Louisville. I was at the Derby. I went and had the hot brown. Where's the hot brown sandwich deal? Oh yeah, man, this sandwich is incredible. Ooh, man, that's a sandwich. It's an open-faced turkey sandwich with a pimento Mornay sauce with bacon and cheese. I had 3 heart attacks. If you're wondering where I was going, so am I. They have a good gift shop there at the Old Dominic's Distillery. Not like Starbucks. What is all that shit? Seriously, for 10 years, this is your gift? This is your gift section? Remember they used to have like folk records and stuff people never heard of? Folk CDs? Oh, I think Amy Mann's got a new discount. Yeah, I don't need that. She's great, though. She's great. Yeah. Chicken face? Someone wants chicken face? All right, there you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah. The leper colony of radio. Do you like what you hear? Boy, I drive around the country. I cannot believe what I hear. What else did I want to say? Fascist. Yes. We've got to fight. Star what? Star sucks. The West will decrease and the East will increase. Man, I was with like the number one Beatles expert on earth. And he said, do you realize what they gave us? And I love them, but they brought us Eastern religion. They brought us drugs, and they brought a lot of bad stuff, man. A lot of people think that's not a real Paul McCartney. That's Fall McCartney. Is that real? I don't know. Your mission is not done, Mancow. It's only begun. Thank you. Thank you for that. We have work to do, and I'm going to keep going. And I've been so blessed. You got to say thank you. I'm reminded of prayer. I hope you pray. How do you spell it? Pray. So you praise. Thank you, God. I love you. God, my kids are healthy. You know, you're not always just blessed with money. That's what we think. That's what men think. Money. I want money. I want more. I always want more money. It's fun. People that tell you it doesn't buy happiness, they're liars. They're lying to you. It really can buy fun things. Can't buy a jet ski with nothing. Jet skis make you happy, man. I don't have one, but you know. Anyway, where was I? Oh, pray. Praise. Okay. Repent. Pray. Repent. God, I'm sorry. I checked out that girl's ass. Love my wife. I love my wife. Please, God, forgive me. Lust. Sins of the flesh. I'm weak. Help me, God. Okay? Praise. Request. Or repent. then ask God. God's not Santa. You know, his time is not our time. There is no time to God. Time is a fairly new human construct. Imagine living in a time without time. How wonderful that would be. Where we don't see the seconds go by. Remember sitting in school seeing that second hand and it just moves so slow. Time would hold still. Remember listening to Jonathan Brandmeier, how slow time seemed. So shitty. Steve Dahl. Oh, God. Hey, I cleaned my barbecue this weekend. Maybe I'll call Raleigh James. Praise. Repent. Ask. God, these schools are coming after my kids. Disney is grooming my kids. I don't want the pedophiles at Disney to destroy my kids and influence the children of America. You know, God, I was going to take my kids to Disney this year, but I can't support these bastards. God, my family's mad at me. But as the man of the house, as identifying as the man, you know, God created man and woman. The Democrats created all the other, you know, the alphabet. God, my family's furious at me. Now they hate me because I was going to take them to Disney. I can't. And pray to you. I can't. And being the father is just so thankless. God, help me. Help me. I got to say things. I got to do things. I got to be a man. Oh, you see these guys on TV? Oh, yes. I love abortion because otherwise my fat liberal wife with her orange and purple hair won't dominate me. Who are these people? They're cyborgs. They're less than human. My friend Dewey had an obese parrot. He would like to play pirate at parties, but he had an obese parrot. And he's kind of obese, but the parrot died, and I'm telling you, I bet it's a weight off his shoulders. We're going to take your calls right now, 1-800-2-MAN-COW. Oh, wait a minute, that was years ago. What am I doing? Okay. You know, Mother's Day. Mothers. Fathers are fat buffoons to be stolen from. Mothers. There's a father right there. Elon Musk must put cocaine back into Coca-Cola. Who's with me? It used to really give you a blast, man. Abortion is a lazy issue. This isn't about abortion. They know it. Don't be stupid. You're being played, okay? It's the sleight of hand if I didn't make that point. Hey, what's this? Hey, what is that? Is that William Shatner above me? As I steal from you. Is that William Shatner? As I steal from you. That's why there's pretty girls on stage at all the magic shows. Don't you love magic shows? No, nobody does anymore. And anyway, I'm just saying that's why they had pretty girls at magic shows. Look at these. Put a rabbit there. That's abortion. It's the MacGuffin. Man. Eating disorders are up 600%. The ability to communicate. Children, massive amounts of children cannot speak. They have speech deficits. They sound like they have hair lips. You want more? What? You want more? What? Would you like to go to the store? They can't speak because they had muzzles on that didn't work. Fact checkers say that putting a piece of paper over your face makes you subservient, makes you shut up, makes you not gather, and makes you prepared for the coming communism. We'll terrify you and send you home for 2 weeks where we will constantly brainwash you and we will tell you our vision. Tell a vision. The government is your friend. And I encourage all you commies to get the fourth one. Get everything they tell you. And if you can't inject it here, just shove it right up your Moon River. Henry Mancini, I saw him as a kid at Starlight Theater. How incredible is that? The incredibly awkward people. Have you met some of these teenagers, these kids? Jung said 80% of your communication is not verbal. 80%. And you see these people alone in their car with mask on, or you see them with their babies. Imagine if this was the first years of your life. Men can get pregnant. Men can get pregnant. Have you seen men can get pregnant? Men can have periods. Have you seen that? Looting is righteous. and men can get pregnant and they can have periods. Looting is righteous. It's righteous. That's what they told me to say. That's what they told me to say. Looting, they're shitting in the stores. I saw it. They're yelling at me because I'm white and saying they're going to kill me. They're righteous. You're not insane. I saw the tests going back to Rock 103.5, Q101, The Loop. I saw the test, Q104 in Kansas City, Wild 107 I created in the West Coast. I saw it. Okay? I was in MTV when they said, what was the guy's name? God, I can never remember his name. Anyway, the guy that ruined MTV. Yes, let's put the white girl with the black man up front. We really want to push interracial relationships with white women and black men. I was in a meeting. I don't know why that is. Another meeting, well, because I had a hot radio show. And another meeting I happened to be in, it's like, this year we're going to promote homosexuality. I'm just saying, they're not worried. They're not talking about music. It's not about music. It's social engineering. I don't care if some black guy wants to bang a white girl. I get it. Me too. Yeah. I had a good run. I get it. I get it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the programming. And I'm talking about REO Speedwagon. Had good cocaine and hookers. That's why you heard REO Speedwagon, although everybody picked Pink Floyd. Everybody wanted Pink Floyd. You play Pink Floyd right now in Chicago, you're going to get ratings. If you just went on and played Pink Floyd, hey, you want to hit morning show? You want to go against Fred or whatever that stupid shit is? You want to go against my old boy Sludge? I love Sludge. You want to go against my old boy Abe? Love Abe. You want to hit radio? Shut up and play Pink Floyd. There's a secret. If you went on and just played Pink Floyd, you'd have the hottest radio show in Chicago. That's what people wanted. I saw the tests. And Chicago men wanted Pink Floyd. And here's Journey. Well, it got more sinister than that. Then it got to, yo, bitch, get out the way. Yo, bitch. Yo. Ignorance. Dumbing us down. The TV shows. I mean, I had dinner with Jim Parsons. What a snippy, nasty little girl. I had dinner with him. Neil Patrick Harris. I saw him backstage. And they walk on stage and the laugh track is cranked up. Jim Parsons walked on, and it's the stupidest shit. I mean, have you seen I Love Lucy? Have you seen Dick Van Dyke? Have you seen Johnny Carson on Montana TV? Have you seen Funny People? This shit is not funny. And it's not you. It's by design. I want you to know you're not. Boy, that Star Wars really sucked. God, that Jabba the Hutt twin sisters or the twins that are. What is this shit? Wait, what is this relationship? Why is she banging a Wookiee? What is this creepiness? What is this pedophilia? What is no, it's not. They know you hate it. They know it. It's not about money. Disney lost $200 million. They don't care. It's the agenda. They're Chinese masters. They're pedophile masters. They're satanic. And I've explained this before. It's not about sex. They're not turned on raping little boys. They do it for their dark majesty. They do it for Satan. Satanic. They don't, and they can erase all your wealth like this. We've seen it in Canada, right? Truckers, you want to block the road? Okay, you're broke. Kevin Burns at Prometheus Entertainment said they want to get rid of all. They want everything. They want everything on audiobook. They want everything off DVDs. At that time, they don't want. This is an old conversation. They want. This is one of the top guys, Academy Award winner. They want everything off VHS. They want everything. They want it all. They want it all gone. And then, jump. Yes. No, there was no song called. There was no Song of the South. There was no Zippity Doo Dah. Oh, no. Mancow never existed. Yeah, no. Abe Lincoln was black. George Washington was homosexual. And as our bodies break down and we become less and less able to reproduce, and we plug more and more into machines, we become some godless, soulless abomination. And that is where we're headed. But again, I ask you to read the end of the book. And I wonder at what point we go all Aztec and start ripping out hearts. Yeah. I had a lot of great girlfriends, a lot of crazy girlfriends. Carolyn and Melanie and Suckwee and the chosen one right now I'm married to. She hates when I refer to her as my ex-girlfriend. Yeah. I asked her if I was the only one. She said, yeah, the other guys were 9s and 10s. Very hot, very hot. I haven't talked to her in a long time, my wife. I haven't talked to her in a long time because I don't want to interrupt her. But I want to say this about my lovely wife. She never shit the bed. Never. Obviously I'm with Johnny Depp. I met Johnny Depp several times. Could not be cooler. There's people you meet that are just cool. There's people that you meet that just have charisma and otherworldly magic where everybody wants to be near them. I'm going to tell you who they were. Michael Jackson. Do I think he was a pedophile? Yes. But charisma. Michael Jackson, Isaac Hayes, Chef. I'm not kidding you. An energy. They may be space aliens. I don't know, man. John Travolta and Goldie Hawn. Those are the people that had... If you didn't know them, I don't know who they are, but I want to be near them. I want to be near them. So have you noticed stewardesses what happened to stewardesses? And there was a reason they had a weight limit, right? So that you wouldn't have their asses hitting you the whole time. If you fly like I do every weekend, I mean, you can't sit on the aisle anymore. You get these fat asses hitting you. Look, okay, you like eating, so do I. Look at me. I get it. But there was a reason the aisle is this skinny. Your ass is this big. It's a problem. And the attitude from these people. Oh, put your muzzle on or you'll never fly again, or we'll have you arrested. When did they become such power-hungry, awful people? These waitresses, these flying waitresses, huh? The Constitution is now null and void. It's a contract. The government keeps breaking it, and I want to give my fellow Americans the ability and the permission to go do whatever you want because they don't care. They do whatever they want to you. It is a contract that they've broken, which means they haven't held up their side of the deal. So go about and do whatever you want. I was at a restaurant in New Orleans, and there was can you put that back up, that comment? If you could put it more, Mancow, and many schools teaching cursive in school. I know, weird, huh? And they can't read the Constitution, yeah. And I think people have said it. Bill Maher said it. I don't want my 5-year-olds getting their sex from a kindergarten teacher. I don't want 5-year-olds. I didn't want my daughters they weren't watching heterosexual sex stuff. They're 5 years old. Can they have don't you miss your innocence? Don't you miss those days of wonder in your backyard? I had a stick and a Cocker Spaniel named Happy. I had a lightsaber and I had Chewbacca. Don't you miss those days of wonder, of imagination? This freaking world will destroy them quick enough. Can we give them a moment of childhood? Disney wants to groom them. The teachers want to, I don't, what is happening? And the good teachers, there's a lot of good teachers, but it's about time to fight back. So I saw a really sad thing. This is a true story. Costume party in New Orleans, little kids dressed up, and the person said, "Oh, what are you, a witch without arms? What a creative little costume, little girl. What a beautiful little girl." And the mother says, "This is a true story. You're not going to believe this story. I get it." The mother says, "Do you know where this is going? She was born without arms." And the woman felt horrible. And they went into the restaurant and the manager said, "Everything's comped. Make sure everything's comped for them." And my friend Jack Franks, the communist, said, "They ought to comp it for life." And then the woman got fired. And she didn't know, man. Can you imagine having that on you? Went on a heavy metal whale watching tour, which is like whales, but they play guitar, metal guitar. That may have been Vince Neil. All right. What else? Next week, as I said, the governor. I just wanted to jump on. I didn't want to go another week without doing this. I've been speaking all over America. I've been getting paid to do this. I can't believe it. Thank you to everybody that came out. Again, thousands of people in Nashville 2 days ago. And I learned a lot about transhumanism. I learned a lot about a lot of things. I learned a lot about what our government has already released on UFOs. Are they interdimensional? They said at this conference that there are, and I've heard this, and I knew Dr. Michio Kaku. You may remember him on my program often. He said to me, I said, what's it like to talk to me? Very nice guy, a friend of mine. He was not being mean. He said, it's like probably like you talking to your dog. And he was serious, and he was not being funny or hateful. Brilliant guy, string theory. And he said he believed there was between 10 and 11 dimensions. And we can see 3 dimensions. We cannot see more. We can't even, we've tried to conceive of a 4th dimension. It looks like an unfolded box. Our mind cannot even conceive of a 4th dimension. And what I believe, and I don't think this is space aliens, I think they are from another place. I don't think they're around us. And I don't think they're demons. And again, you're not even supposed to talk about this in a lot of Christian places. So I'm not trying to be heretical. But I believe that all over the Bible, we would walk and talk with angels. Never in the Bible are they described as having wings. And they looked like human. They looked like human beings. They had sex with human women. They were not supposed to. You may remember in Sodom and Gomorrah, an angel came to warn them, and the men tried to sodomize the angel. They ate food. They ate and drank and were with us. The Bible says we entertain angels unaware, so we could, I always give money to homeless people, and some of them I'd like to just throw a match on. Like, why do I gave enough my whole life to you bastards. And you're going to stand here and I got to give you more? I've given anyway. No, here's money. God, forgive me. Forgive me, God. Forgive me. I'm human. And so look, the Bible talks about we walked and talked with God. We walked and talked with angels. So they were among us. A new earth is revealed here. A new Jerusalem is going to be revealed here. I believe it's another dimension. The Bible talks about scales falling off of our eyes. We'll be able to see. We see through the world, the mirror darkly. And I believe that before the flood, we could see all these things. And I believe it was very distracting and probably very frightening. We could see angels and demons and things around us. And we could see other dimensions. Pre-flood man. And to make it easier on us, God stopped that. Everybody I've talked to, I am an expert on NDEs, near-death experiences. It's one of the things that I'm one of the top world experts on. And when you die, everyone, the veil is lifted. You're either in heaven or you're in hell. Yes, there is a heaven, and yes, there is a hell. And anyone that tells you something different is doing you great injustice, because you need to save yourself and your family from that. And demons are the souls of the children of the giants pre-flood. And they were taken out of their body. They have fleshy needs. That's why they love getting in human beings. And they are the offspring of the giants pre-flood. And they are floating out and about. They run around like ravaging beasts, the Bible says, and they look for something to destroy. And when these satanic pedophiles rape a child, there's a fissure inside. A demon can get in easier, and that's why they do this for the demonic. And then the person is destroyed. And you can sell your soul to the devil. You'll have whatever you want. And it's real. It's real. And I've had Satanists on, and you've heard all these people. It's real. And so we talked about that as well. These interdimensional, but I believe that space aliens, they're coming in some kind of space, in some kind of craft. They're flying. They need machines. They're not coming in and out of demonic things or disembodied souls. It's a separate thing. I always wondered if they were the same thing. Okay. So anyway, the battle goes on for good and God. This means war. And when I say that, I mean Eric Burden and war. And now we play Spill the Wine. Let's do that. Can we play? She said, kiss me where it stinks. So I took her to Joliet. Can we play that? No? We're riding the satellite tonight, folks. I'm telling you that. Anyway, keeping it real. I don't know what that means. I love when someone talks to me. I'm keeping it real, man. I'm keeping it real. Yeah, okay. You know what? Or someone that ends their sentences with every sentence with, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I speak simple English and I get everything you're saying. Yes. So, people still come up to me. Lost my father to cancer. I got some texts today and some questions about that, and I always enjoy helping people with that. And I will save you the trouble of trying to reach me. And I will tell you that if you've lost someone you love, my friend probably had a rough Mother's Day. Loved his mom and lost her, and I feel sorry for all you people that had to do Mother's Day without your mother. If you wanted to be with her, if you liked your mom, There's no pain like family pain. And some of these people, you need to let them go. Can you imagine a mother that would say to her son, I wish you never were. I wish you never were. I wish you never were. I wish you never existed. Can you imagine that? I can. I'm sorry for those of you that lost someone you love. My friend Tony Tomasca has a beautiful theater in the Dells. Lost his father. Used to hang out at Hole in the Wall down the street here. Great guy. And I hope I'm not talking out of school. I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm this, I'm that. What do you think, Mancow? Yeah, I think yes. I think yes. Feel. We're human. It's okay to feel. It's okay. We've been told not to get angry. We've been told not to cry. Feel. It's not enough to want something. It's not enough to dream of something. It's not enough to manifest something. You have to feel it. This place I'm in right now, I manifest. We drove past it for 4 years, every day, several times a day. We prayed in front of this house, and we pointed, we said, that's our house. God, that's our house. And I felt it, and I saw myself living in it. I could never dream of a house like this where I'm from in Suicide Falls, Missouri. So you can name it and claim it, as all the skinny-jeaned fog machine preachers tell you. Greg Locke, I want to go back to Nashville. I want to go back to this church where they paid off all the widows' rent. They pay their rent. They pay their mortgages. Every single mother got $1,000. He said, you can make any judgment you want, but we're going to do it. We don't have any money. We don't have any money in the bank. We don't care about buildings. I've been waiting for this my whole life. If you're a churchgoer, we're going to do the building fund now. Every church around the world, friends, every church. For the building. Man, I'm here because I need God. I'm here because I want the Holy Ghost to move. Every day I say in this house, Holy Ghost, you're welcome here. Come and flood this atmosphere. I want you. Now we're going to talk about our building. It's every church, man. It's every denomination. He said, we don't have any money. And God just every week just provides. The Bible says one word more than any other, fear. And you know what it says about it? It's of the devil. Fear not. Could you remember? You want to quote a Bible verse? Fear not. You want to quote another one? Be still. Be still. Fear not. And everything on your TV, everything on your radio, all the phony bullshit wants you afraid, man. Wants you amped up. You're losing your savings. Look at gas. Look at this. Look at that. You need communism. You're going to just roll over like overripe fruit into their hands, and you're going to give up. You want to inject my kids with an experiment? Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to teach them perversion? Go ahead. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm not afraid. Be not afraid. Fear not. It's mentioned 365 times in the Bible. And it's never positive. They want you afraid. I don't. I'm not the king of anything. I'm not the god of anything. There was a guy who used to call himself, I'm the radio god. Wow, man, you're going to hell. I never wanted any of you to go behind me, wagging your tail, following me. I wanted you to be better. I wanted you to be a winner. And there are billionaires out there. There are winners out there that grew up listening to my show, and that is what I wanted. I wanted you to win. I wasn't there for me and my jollies. I had a lot of fun. You got to leave them up longer so I can see them, bud. You moron. Love you. No, sir. Come back. Good. Thank you. The greatest broadcast ever. People either loved it or hated it. This kind of stuff. Some people wanted Turd and and all the cast of characters, and I loved all of them. In the rearview mirror, they're great. And then some people I just want to hear you without the idiots interrupting you. And I wrote most everything they said. I thought it was funny. It was funny. I did want to have this moment with you. I did want to have this quiet moment with you. I drove 17 hours to get here. I had different things I had to do. Don't you hate when that happens, when it goes limp like that? Yeah. I don't know. They say premature and, you're depressed and how horrible it is and all that. I don't know. I always have a good time. I don't know. Premature, you must be depressed. You want to... No, there's no tears. Those aren't tears. I don't know. I shouldn't talk like that. It's naughty. If someone you know died, someone you love, someone you didn't like, thank God for getting them out of your life. You know what I used to pray? I used to pray for people. God, take care of it. I'm not saying I did it. I'm saying when people do evil to you, give it to God. Let it go. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison and hoping the other person will die. You've heard that expression. I pray now. I had a guy that was such a bastard to me. He cut my throat. Right when I was at the precipice. He was secretly recording me. He tapped into my computer and sent it all away to the corporations. He was getting paid. I was replacing Stern on 12 stations. I was on 300 stations, and I was taking over Stern, 12 stations. And if David Lee Roth didn't work, I would then get New York. And he sabotaged it and got paid. And they promised him, we'll make you a star. But we got to destroy Mancow. We got to shut him up. He's got the ratings. He's got the voice of freedom. People love him. We got it. We got to shut him down. And he cut my throat. And I said, God, please. I can't handle this. This person I befriended. A character I created. Nuts and bolts from floor to ceiling. I gave him a character. Many people I've given them characters, they make millions. What a betrayal. God, I can't do it. You got to take this one from me. He was cheating on his wife. He was doing all kinds of horrible things. And he died in a horrible car crash. And I hear he was about to leave his wife and children. And they think he's a great radio star and a great father. And boy, we loved him. Isn't that wonderful? That the children never got to know that they were about to be abandoned. The children never got to know what a piece of shit this guy was. God's timing is perfect. It's not our timing, but it's perfect. And this happened right after I was praying. I'm not saying I did it. I'm not saying God did it. Things happen. Accidents happen. We live in a natural world. Do you know what I pray now? You know what I pray now? Save him. Save him. Don't hurt him. Bill Weiss, 23 Minutes in Hell. If you've never read that book, you don't want anyone to go there. Save him, God. Save him. Help him. Help him. Kevin Matthews and I were arch enemies. We're best friends now. Because of him. Because of God. Marv Niren and I were bitter enemies at a place called Q101. And he got hired at the Loop. And I got my lawyers. And I said, this is This is a bad environment. And he said, can I meet with you? And I said, yeah. And he came in and he said, I made a mistake. You're a great talent. I have fallen in love with your show. After we got rid of you, our ratings disappeared. Don't ever talk about me negative. I'll never talk about you. If we have a problem with each other, we'll come see each other. Don't talk about me in the building, and I'll never say a negative thing about you, and you'll never have a better friend. We're Christian men, we can do this. And the lawyer sat there, and all the corporate heads from around the world sat there around this big table in the NBC tower, and they held their breath, and my lawyers went, and I stuck my hand out. And this guy has hired me 2 more times, and he's one of my best buddies. That's what God can do. That's what forgiveness can do. I don't want car crashes in my enemies. I want to get saved. I want to turn around, man. I don't need to step up because somebody's been cut down. Kim Clement, the great prophet who promoted and talked about Trump and everything that would happen. If you never heard of Kim Clement, he was considered the greatest living prophet. And they all went to him, man. All the preachers on earth went to this guy. And he told me exactly what my daughters would do, and some of it's unbelievable. He told me what would happen to me. He had a vision. And there's a death that needs to happen for my next promotion. I don't want it. I don't want it. He showed me a picture in his yard, I think in San Diego, where there was no grass. And he said, I walked in prayer. I had a conversation with the Holy Ghost and God, and I walked, and he goes, this is the path. This is the circle I wore, thinking about you the last couple of days. And I want to tell you, this person's going to die, and that person's going to die, and then this is going to happen to you. And I said, I don't want it. I don't want it. Take that off me. I don't want that, friend. If someone has to die for me to get ahead, I don't want it. Pray for your enemies. Love your enemies. Pray that they wake up. Don't hate these people, these frightened morons with the papers over their faces, and leave my body alone, but you must take the nanotechnology into your blood that will hyper explode any sickness they have, any diet. What did Wilford Brimley used to say? The diabetes. I love those ads. I miss Wilford. You had cancer? Your cancer is in remission? How many people do you have? How many people do you know right now in your life? You had cancer, it was gone. Oh, and then 2 weeks, it's 2 weeks. Remember, it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, it exploded, it's back. They had a problem, but it was gone, and then it exploded. What happened? And the evidence is coming out, and everything we said was right. So you're right, everything's awful on TV and radio. You're right, the movies suck. Have you seen the new Avatar ad? I don't know. I hope it's good. I'm ready for a good movie. I'm sure it'll be some green propaganda bullshit. And remember the new world, the global people, we're cancer. We're on their land. They want us out of here. They want us dead. And they want to be super injected into the internet and into the technology. And have you seen some of the robotic girls and some of the things that are coming out of Japan? That's all Japan does since World War II. That's all they do. I go to Japan twice a year. I love them. It's my favorite place on earth. I love Japan. It's my Eden. And all they think about is robots that they can have sex with. That is their obsession. Yeah, right. Look at this great new toaster. Can I have sex with it? Everything. And so, your essence will be put in these machines. The Rockefellers of the world, the rich people, the Soroses of the world, the Schwabs. The Neuralink will take everything and be interconnected. They'll be interconnected to the internet. This is not that far off. And then that will be put into something better than man and without a soul. And then it all begins right before the glorious new millennium. Did I make it clear if you've had somebody die, it's okay to feel everything? I'm sad. Yeah, you should be sad. You love someone and they died. I don't feel like, right. You're right. Feel it. but also for good things in your life. Good things don't happen if you don't feel it. I felt this show going to number one. I felt myself in a hit movie. I felt you got to feel it. You got to picture it. You got to pray for it. And you know, I'm not a believer in, you know, you name it and you grab it. What do they call it? Grab it, whatever, nab it and grab it. And you know, but God's on your side and he gives good gifts. And God's not going to give you a box of spiders if you ask for a new Xbox. That's not what we have. I'm a father. I want my kids to have good stuff. You have a father. He wants you to have good stuff. Don't wish bad on others. Don't wish bad on yourself. Don't speak negative over yourself or your children. You know, when Kevin Matthews was a show that couldn't be beat. And I love Kevin. Kevin's a brother, and I want him to live forever. And I love what he's doing with the Virgin Mary. And I love him. And I want to go to Portugal with him. I want to go to Fatima. Please understand. But he thought it'd be funny. People would say, Mancow, love you, love your show. And so he said, hate me. Say you hate me. So I'm standing in the hallway, and he has people going, Kevin, I hate you, and I hate your show. And they all laughed. And I heard that for the next, whatever. The first time I heard it, I went, I've won. I've won. And I never attacked him again. And we went on to be number one, bigger than anything else. Let them love you because they'll hate you even more. And pray for them. And realize that some people just don't like the God in you. The devil in them doesn't like the God in you. Let it go. Let go and let God. There may come a time when we have to rise up and fight back. Jesus said, you know, people say, Mancow, would he take an M16? Yes, he would. His disciples would take an M16. Yes. He told his disciples, take a sword. That's what they had. If they would have had a gun, he would have said, take a gun. There may come a time when we have to fight. And I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. My house is in order. I pray that your house is in order. If you want to reach me, you can reach me for the time being through Instagram. Next week, the next governor of Illinois, that's my prayer. That's my hope. It'll take a miracle. The next governor of Illinois will join us 1 week from tonight. This is the Lion's Den. I hope you knew that before you tuned in. This is where the angels and the devils fight. And they're choosing up sides. All right? Me, I'm part man. I'm part monkey. I'm part mystery. And the angels and the devils are playing tug of war with my personality. This is his story. History means his story. This isn't my story. This isn't your story. We are ancillary characters in his story. Remember that. We're the side characters. We're the people walking by in the background in the movies. He's the Chuck Bronson man. Go to him. Much love. See you in a week.